with their tanks to auto-repair them. And look at this. TLO's forces are actually split up right here. And good siege right there. And I'm not sure if splitting your forces was a good idea. These Marines do get in here before the tanks siege up, but they have siege now, and they are doing a lot of damage to these Marines. Jimpo, meanwhile, a little late to siege his tanks, but he is going to be able to destroy this entire TLO force. And this is what I was worried about earlier, was separating your forces if you're TLO. Not always the greatest play. If he had had these 3 siege tanks and those Marines there to back up that other force, that battle might have been a different story, but it was not. And Jimpo gets the better of that one. Jimpo going to retreat now, fall back to his base, and TLO's best move is not to go back after him at this point. A lot of players do counterattack after a battle like that where they think they should have done a little better than they have, but he does not do that. And look at this, one of his Banshees has gotten in here, doing a lot of damage to these SCVs, and he does have cloak there. He's just waiting for the Marines get close enough, and now he cloaks. And uh-oh, there goes a scan though. Scan can detect the cloaked units, but you can't scan forever. Let's see how much energy he has. He does have enough energy to probably keep this Banshee at bay, probably indefinitely, or destroy him if he tries to come back in here again. That's a lot of tanks coming out now from Jimpo. And it looks like he had waypoints set up to attack anything that he might have found in that area there. And I think the Banshee has been destroyed. I don't see that red dot there on the minimap anymore. So here comes Jimpo, and we're going to see what he's got here. We've got some or at least 1 point defense drone laid down here. And these tanks really need to siege up. There we go. We see him sieging up right there. But a lot of Jimpo tanks sieging up. Oh, and he came right in that back door, and he's going to force the liftoff of this TLO expansion that he was planning. And TLO knows better than to go and attack that fortified siege tank position. Instead, he's going to make a move for the main base. Stimpack now coming down for Jimpo. Jimpo trying to siege his tanks, but being destroyed by Marines before he could even get his tanks sieged. Jimpo needs to decide whether he wants to come back and defend this attack, or if he wants to counterattack. And it looks like he is bringing his forces back right now, and he's going to try and engage these siege tanks, but I don't know if that's going to work. TLO is sieged up in the main base of Jimpo, and Jimpo chasing down that command center as he comes. Jimpo now bringing out SCVs to try and get in there. SCVs actually a surprisingly good choice to attack siege tanks, as they do get in under that siege range. Oh, and the double-pronged attack as the main bulk of his forces come in there and destroy what was left of TLO's forces in the base. Excellent pincer movement there from Jimpo. But look at this, the Banshee back at the natural expansion of Jimpo, doing a lot of damage to these SCVs, really preventing any mining from happening. And it looks like Jimpo now thinking about moving out, getting on the aggressive. Look at this, a Banshee in here, taking advantage of the fact that he has no Ravens. There is the scan, and the Marines should be able to take care of this now. Yes, the Banshee goes down, and it looks like Jimpo moving out. Maybe not a counterattack. I think what he's going to do is try and set up and get established here at this expansion. These two expansions, of course, at very close positions here at Jungle Basin, so that's kind of the main focus for attack. But a small contingent of Marines as well as tanks breaking down the backdoor rocks there, and now going to be engaging this expansion. And Jimpo really needs to get back and defend this or counterattack. He cannot let this stand, having one of his bases shut down, even though he is setting up a second one. And here he comes now with a siege tank that is not sieged up, but the other siege tanks, the TLO siege tanks, don't seem to notice. And down goes the command center. Big loss. 400 minerals right there, down the drain for Jimpo. Now his forces coming back. He's abandoning rather than counterattacking and trying to move into siege tanks. He's going to. It looks like he's going to try and defend this base, possibly even counterattack here. TLO has no base set up over here, so he's got nothing to counterattack there. He would either have to move into the natural or the main base of TLO if he wanted to counterattack. Let's see what we've got in the way of upgrades. Not a lot. Nothing on the infantry. Nothing on the tanks, and I'm just going to guess nothing on the air for Jimpo. Whereas TLO here does have those level 1 shield upgrades for his infantry. Level 1, I'm sorry, armor upgrades for his infantry, as well as level 1 weapons upgraded. So he does have the upgrade advantage. Let's see, unit count is at 135 versus 100 for Jimpo. So yeah, TLO strongly in the lead of this game here. He's in control of the situation, and looks like he had a couple SCVs up here scouting something. And an SCV down here going to work on that factory. Maybe he thought he could hop in there and harvest some Vespian, but no, that's not how it works here in StarCraft 2. You've got to harvest from your own Vespian geysers. And Jimpo now moving around. He does have a very threatening force, but these two Marines slugging it out over the Xel'Naga Watchtower. TLO's Marine wins, but it's kind of a little more than a moral victory, as the much larger Jimpo force was there to deal with that situation. And it looks like TLO wants to move out, but there are Marines watching this expansion, so unless he moves some units in here, he is not going to get this expansion. And look at this, they move right into the landing area. Excellent move, kind of a mirror of that Viking play that TLO did earlier to delay the expansion. And the longer expansions get delayed, the more crucial mining time is lost. So good move there by Jimpo. And Jimpo does have control of both these Xel'Naga Watchtowers now. It looks like a few Marauders have stimmed up, and they're going to engage these Marines, and the Marines will go down because they just cannot take Marauders on a one-on-one fight. And these tanks moving in range of the TLO siege tanks, and there are more of them sieging up now. We might be seeing a slow tank push now out of Jimpo. Oh, I don't know if that was a good idea. He unsieges all his tanks at once, and now is moving. Oh, wow, it was kind of we see a counter push coming in here from TLO on the other side of this little divide running across Jungle Basin. And wow, we're seeing a lot of damage being dealt out by these siege tanks right now, that one hiding in the bushes. And I don't know what Jimpo's doing, why he's retreating. He needs to siege up right here and keep aerial advantage in this area, or he is going to lose. Yeah, he's bringing his forces back, and he really should be bringing up some SCVs maybe to repair these tanks. He needs to push as close as he can, and there's a Banshee on the field. Good scan goes down before any troops are lost. And a second Banshee up here harassing this expansion. Again, every time Jimpo tries to put it up, there seems to be a Banshee or some sort of TLO force there harassing it. And TLO, does he know about this expansion here? He's got to, because he's got that missile turret there. And look at this. We see the Jimpo forces moving out, going to move right into these bunkers. I don't know if that's a good idea, and that is a lot of infantry. Meanwhile, TLO's forces have forced a cancel or something on that command center that was over here. Jimpo's forces moving into the base, taking out a lot of SCVs, targeting the mules, and now for some reason running back. But caught by a bunch of Marauders and Marines trying to get back to their main battle group up here. And tanks now shelling, using the sight from that Xel'Naga Watchtower to shell the forces of Jimpo. And Jimpo not expecting to walk into a bunch of tanks here. Maybe he was, and just wanted to take them out. But yeah, TLO was sieged up in kind of a strange position up here. And on a second group, this one all infantry, Marines and Marauders, has shut down this expansion once again. So we've got Jimpo on just this one expansion, and his minerals have to be hurting something fierce. Yeah, he's down to only 9 harvesters, and this game, I think, is going to belong to TLO. He just, even though Jimpo has this commanding tank army, he just doesn't have the resources. He's been shut down at every turn by TLO, who is just viciously patrolling these expansions. And Jimpo's keep my forces together and have one large attack group strategy has lost out to TLO's keep my forces spread out and harass all your expansion strategy. Although, maybe I spoke too soon. It does look like Jimpo making a run at the expansion of TLO. And, this could turn the tides completely. TLO now only on one expansion. And look at this, a Jimpo Banshee now turning the tables and harassing Liquid TLO's expansion. And here comes this big Jimpo battle group composed of tanks to try and engage this expansion. And they have sieged up. Are they in range of the planetary fortress? That's the question. If they could shell the planetary fortress from here, TLO is in big trouble. I'm not sure if they can. TLO has run out of minerals at this expansion, and wow, even though he's got a 41 harvester count, those harvesters can't mine because Jimpo has positioned his forces so well against the expansion here of TLO. So, and yes, they can hit that planetary fortress. That planetary fortress is in trouble. TLO deciding not to go after those siege tanks, deciding instead to counterattack. Excellent play. That is the right move at this point. You don't want to walk into a bunch of sieged up siege tanks if you don't have to, especially when your opponent has very little in the way of minerals. Take over this base, and if he could set up his own expansion here, although he doesn't have enough minerals even to set up his own expansion, what he needs to do is fly a command center over to this expansion over here. And it looks like Jimpo thought about flying a command center out to take down some more minerals, but those command centers, they're kind of just being guarded right now by TLO, as TLO looks like he's run out of Marines to shoot at them. Or he has a couple Marines, but he's just busy trying to deal with the threat to his expansion here. And as you can see, he's trying to throw down a missile turret here, and down goes the Banshee. So the Raven came in, spotted the Banshee for those Marines or whatever we had firing at it, and it went down. And this planetary fortress, I think, is doomed. Those siege tanks just got too good a position on it, and I can't imagine him being able to save it. He is repairing it, though, bringing in SCVs you see here and here, repairing the command center, trying to keep it alive, but down it goes. And TLO kind of on an expansion kick here. He's bringing out a command center right here. Oh no, a drop on TLO's brand new expansion that he just tried to set up, and he needs to start attacking with those SCVs, bring everything, and take out these Marauders. No, but the SCV is going through to the mineral line, and it looks like he does have a large enough force here to come in and take out that little drop attack force, and we might see their main armies collide here. It looks like Jimpo's forces do walk into this one siege tank, and TLO now sieging up, getting a good position, and there's the GG from Jimpo. TLO wins. Great TvT. Wow, that was a very exciting game. Sometimes those TvTs can be boring, but not when TLO is in the mix, and apparently not when Jimpo was in the mix. He played a great game against his very, very fierce competitor. Hey guys, what's up? This is Lasercorn. I just want to remind you to subscribe, comment, and rate these videos. Also, if you have any requests for videos you want to see or just want to say what's up, send that over to requests@mahalo.com. Alright, thanks a lot, guys.